Hey guys, it's Erim. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very juicy video for you. Alright, so last night I asked you guys to message me on Instagram all of your dilemmas. I woke up this morning, went through them. I wasn't ready, suffice to say. We are jumping in at the deep end, guys. We're talking about relationships, in-laws, body hair, body confidence, family problems. And you know what? I really believe that a problem shared is a problem halved. So as a little group, we're gonna work through them. I have them all up here on my laptop. First one is here. And I just need to say, guys, like, I love you. Thank you for being so honest with me. And let's just start, because I'm not an expert, but I give all right advice. Before we start, actually, guys, I know some of you want to ask me about my hair. Last night, I did a French braid, as you can see, and I left my ByErim hair oil in it, so my hair was getting nice and juiced up over the last couple of days. And literally, I just unraveled the plait, and this right here is the end result. So, problem number one. How do you know when it's time to leave a relationship? Help. I really believe that the moment that you are not your best self, you're not your most authentic self, when you walk away from an interaction with someone and you feel worse about yourself, is when you need to leave. It doesn't have to be as clear cut as that. Obviously, there are so many compounding factors, because leaving a relationship is a huge deal, but you just need to make sure that you're with someone who makes you feel happy. If they're not doing that, and it doesn't need to be every single time, but at least the good outweighs the bad, you need to reevaluate that situation, sis. I'm sorry, I know it's hard though. Okay, what? The boy I like said I'm not pretty enough. Anonymous, please. P.S. I love you. Firstly, I love you. Secondly, you're beautiful. I haven't seen your profile picture, but you are beautiful. If this guy doesn't like you, block. You guys know the drill. Block. If he has the nerve to say to you that you're not pretty enough, like, guys, one thing I don't understand is there's guys out there with sisters and with mothers, and if anyone said to their sister or their mother or their cousin, oh, you're not pretty enough, they would go insane. So if he's calling you that, just think how he's treating the women in his family, right? You don't want to be involved in a guy like that. Block. Thank you and goodbye. This one made me laugh. How to stop imagining a future with every man I meet, lol. Okay, do you know what, girl? Like, I don't think that's a bad thing. It depends on the extent to which you're imagining this future. If you're the type of girl that dates to be in a relationship and you're not dating for kind of like one night flings and stuff like that, then it's natural for you to imagine a future with someone, because if you can't imagine a future with someone, why would you go and talk to them in the first place? So I would say it's not that bad, but obviously if you're sat there imagining like every single one of your dates in detail and your baby's names and what they're gonna look like, that's too far. If you can just imagine that a future exists, good. Really try and stop yourself before you go kind of into the nitty-gritty of the situation and imagining this and that specificities of your future, because it's not there yet. And I think if you imagine things too much, your expectations are here. Reality never really meets your expectations unless you're really lucky. So allow it to be a mystery. I think that's a beauty of life, letting things be a mystery. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm really proud of that answer. Right, we're changing course a little bit. Hyperpigmentation, dark knees and dark underarms, and unwanted body hair. First thing I would say, if you're suffering from severe or acute hyperpigmentation, or something that was really upsetting you from a burn, just kind of like from shaving or naturally occurring pigmentation, I would go to the hyperpigmentation clinic. This is not sponsored, but they are fantastic. I haven't gone myself, but the owner of it is just so well renowned. It's at the hyperpigmentation clinic. The before and afters they do is fantastic. Otherwise, I would definitely invest in the Murad Rapid Age Dark Spot Corrector Serum. I have that, I love that, I speak about it all the time on my Instagram. And some vitamin C products, but vitamin C is a really unstable ingredient, so you want to make sure that you go for a vitamin C serum or something like that that has very stable, good reviews, because the second vitamin C is exposed to the air, it just kind of goes off and stuff like that, so you want to be really careful. Regarding the unwanted body hair, I don't know. I don't think I've said this in a while, but I don't actually have body hair. I don't know if you guys can see, but I don't have like the holes on my arms for the body hair. From my experience talking to women, I would say the laser is a really good option. I've heard that shaving can cause your skin irritation, so laser might be the best one. But like, again, guys, I answered that question, I didn't have the answer. I'm really sorry about that. Right, next question is a funny one. So, changing my bad characters. Funny as in interesting to answer. Firstly, I would say, who is defining your characteristics as bad? Because if that's yourself, fair enough, awareness is the first step to change. But if it's someone else saying XYZ is really, really bad about you, I would then question the validity of what they're saying. If you like yourself, you don't need to change.
If you like yourself, you don't need to change.
Because you're the only one who truly has to live with yourself for the rest of your life. If you really realize that, you know what, I am, for instance, like I'm always late and I really don't like that about myself. Like I said, awareness is key. Second thing, try and come up with solutions. So I'm really, really late, leave my house 20 minutes early. Over time, I think it takes 21 days to form a habit. You will get better at timekeeping. This is just obviously one example, but just remember that if you consistently kind of check yourself every time you find yourself doing that bad character, whatever it is, characteristic, check yourself, and slowly it won't be something that you need to check because you do it automatically. We're back to relationships again. This guy I know DM'd me on Instagram because he liked my friend, so I helped him, but I'm starting to like him. Okay, so there's 3 people in this dynamic. We've got the guy, he messaged you because he likes your friend, my elbow. Now, I would speak to the friend because that was his original target, if we want to call it a target. Does the friend like him back? If the friend likes him back, honestly, move on, girl. If the friend isn't interested, then as far as I'm concerned, she is removing herself from this triangle and it's now a line between you and him. But then you need to ascertain, is he interested in you? Guys, I'm doing a lot of physical activity for this example. If you're getting those vibes, go ahead with it, girl. If not, and he really just had eyes for your friend, then that's not something that you can really change. Either someone likes you or they don't. At the end of the day, if they're giving mixed signals, so from your message it says sometimes I think it's not one-sided, that doesn't imply to me that definitively he is always in that flirtatious, I like you, I want to be in a relationship mode. And you need to kind of accept that sometimes no message is a message. I'm just gonna leave that there. This is a sad one. Just got married, love my in-laws, but miss my family. Don't know when I will see them because of the virus. God, I can imagine this whole situation is so rough right now. There's so many people who don't get to see their loved ones. I would just say that everything is temporary. And eventually you will see your family again, but there's nothing that I can say that can help that situation really, other than just knowing that like you eventually will get to see them. And just, I think you're very blessed. Like if you're married and you're like love your in-laws, that's a really great position to be in. I often think about the people who are homeless right now. I think about that a lot. And then I also think about people who are living with domestic abuse or domestic violence. And then I get a bit worried because if you're self-isolating, you're kind of stuck with that person. So I think right now you're in a good position if you're living with people that you love. And to anyone else watching this, if you're living with people that you love, consider yourself blessed. Even though we are stuck in a horrible situation, there are way worse ones to be in. So yeah, sorry. Okay, we have a uni related one. Love these questions. Making friends in first year, but they were ingenuine. So yeah, what can I do for second year of uni? If you found that the friendships you made were disingenuous, I would most definitely trust your gut and try and find new avenues of making friends. I speak about this a lot, but go to your societies, go to your local gurdwara, talk to people in your course that you wouldn't normally speak to outside of group projects, and kind of like try and build relationships that way. You can find friendships in the weirdest ways. I remember my first year, I met a girl when I was queuing up for my student ID, and then we became really good friends. I don't talk to her anymore, but like she was really nice to me at the time. All right, next one. My face goes really red when I talk in group talks and I feel like it makes people look more. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you know you're going to be doing a group presentation, I would definitely just wear maybe extra thick foundation, color correct, like with green color corrector underneath, just to kind of prevent that redness. Because I don't want you to be focusing on your face and the way you're looking when you should be focusing on what you're saying and getting yourself a good grade. Secondly, maybe embrace it, maybe make a joke about it and be like, I know I look red right now, guys. This just happens. Because honestly, that's a physiological response to nervousness or something like that. And when you get nervous about looking nervous, it compounds the issue and you're just going to get even more and more nervous. So the second you take away the power from the red face and you make a joke about it, I think it puts everyone else at ease, and I think it will put yourself at ease. Guys, I think a lot of you are going to relate to this next one. Being the oldest daughter with a younger brother who gets a lot more freedom. If there are any women watching this who are mothers, please don't do this. please do not treat your children differently. Often the girl can be way more responsible than the boy, and she should be the one allowed out, not the boy. But I would just say, I know it's very, very tough. My dad is very modern, but my grandparents are really, I'm so traditional. Like, you guys have no idea. And yeah, you guys have no idea. I really need you to understand that some people just don't change. If your parents are at that age where they've been brought up in a different culture, it's very difficult for them to see the world in a different way, especially when they're so set in their ways. I would challenge them, but in a respectful way, but at the same time, just know that there's gonna come a point where you're not living at home anymore and you aren't gonna be constantly compared to your younger brother. You're gonna be your own person. So whilst it is tough, nothing is permanent, everything is temporary, I promise you guys. I like this question. Choosing your career over getting married and the stigma around it. I truly believe that women are fantastic people who can do everything under the sun at once. If there is a situation where you really can't, work as well as getting married, I would say that that's not the marriage that you want to be in. If your career is important to you, as it should be for everyone, you really need to put that first, because as my Baba, Waheguru Satnam, always says to me, your education comes first. Friends will come and go. So friends relating to relationships, right? That is a long-term life investment that only you can make into yourself. No one else will do your career for you. Often I find like you can't really control when you get married, because how can you control when the love of your life walks into the room, If you're constantly putting your career on hold because you're waiting for the perfect moment to get married or to find that person, I really feel that like it's never going to happen. So focus on your career and focus on yourself, and your energy will attract good things coming to you at the right time. Just trust the timing of your life. I don't know if that made sense, but I said it now, so on to the next one. Thin, lifeless hair. You know what I'm gonna say? Say it with me. ByErim hair oil. Link in bio. Yes, I specifically chose this question to be involved in this video, because you know what? If you don't promote yourself, who is gonna promote you? Well, you guys promote me on Instagram as well. You promote ByErim, so thank you for that. But ByErim literally is my oil. It's my hair oil. I created it with my grandma. I'm gonna be doing a whole video on this. Most of you know the story. It's a bit of a sad story, but I'm gonna tell it to you anyways one day on YouTube. Buy this oil. It has 8 pure natural ingredients. The main ingredient is amla oil. Now this is derived from gooseberries. It is near impossible to find in its pure form in the UK or in the Western world. It helps to prevent against greys, it helps to thicken hair, it helps to grow hair. So why not invest in this if you've got thin, lifeless hair? QVC hire me. Parents can't/don't understand where you're coming from with that eye roll emoji. Right, I think this relates to what I was saying before. Often when people are brought up in a different culture, or even if it's just like a different era, so you're like, if you are second generation like me and your parents were born in the UK, I think I said that correctly. Second generation is when your parents were born here, right? I think so. It's still a different time, they were brought up in probably the 80s and the 90s, and things were very, very different then. If you can kind of try and explain to them within the context of the current world in the way that they view it, I think will help them understand a lot more, without you kind of being like, oh my god, all my friends do this, so I want to do this, because they'll be like, well, I'm not the parent of your other friends. If you say that they are doing this for this reason and speak about the wider context of things, and insert yourself into that wider context and insert them into that wider context, i.e. the Western world, I think they might be able to understand a little bit better. But again, everyone's parents are different, so best of luck. So I want to take photos like you, but sis just ain't got the angles. Okay, girl, so I have always liked taking photos, like even when I was younger. Like I think I was like in college when I started taking photos, and I was like, so cute. Oh my god, if those ever was like on the internet, I thought I was so cute. Like I would wear like a yellow jumper with red lipstick and a blue skirt. Did I think I was the rainbow? Did I think I was trying to teach them kids some primary colours? I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing it, and it was not the right thing for me to be doing. But I just practiced, honestly. I remember once I went to a photo shoot though when I was very young. I was like 18, and the makeup artist was like, oh, this is your good side, Erim. And I was like, what? And I didn't know I had a good side. But yeah, learn your angles. I know it's tough. Just keep on taking photos. Ask for feedback on your photos as well. I'm sure there are a lot of people that would be able to tell you how to have a perfect morning. I love this question. You guys are so cute, man. So I start my day, I open my blinds. As I'm opening my blinds, I try and do some deep breathing, and I look out the window, and I just kind of like, I feel very grateful to have the view that I have, to be living where I live. Waheguru Satnam. and I just kind of think about a few things that I'm grateful for, and I just say Waheguru. Whatever word is really important to you. I spoke about this in my Sikhi video, but say that. And just allow yourself not to have your phone be the first thing you pick up. So I say that, and I kind of look out the window and just process, you know, my thoughts in my sleep and plan my day a little bit in my head. Then I go to my phone, and yeah, that's when the morning gets really bad. But after that, I have a shower, brush my teeth, obviously, and I go make myself a cup of tea, do my morning bath, watch TV, eat my breakfast, and then I come into my room and do my makeup, plan my, like, go through all my emails and stuff like that. I kind of just like mill around my room for a bit, which I really like doing. And to be honest with you guys, one of the favorite parts of my day is choosing which perfume I want to wear. If you want me to do a video going through my perfume collection and my perfume journey, I would be honored to make that video. I love the way the universe works and has brought us this question. So when you use your phone too much and it's coming in the way of work, productivity, and general life success. So I get this, girl. My entire life is on my phone with regards to my business, my Instagram, my friends, everything. And I find it really, really hard to switch off. I think my screen time was like 8 hours recently, 8 hours per day. Maybe put in one hour alert or a 10-minute alert, so you don't need to go on it. I would unfollow a lot of things that you're not interested in. I would delete a lot of apps that you find are taking your time and aren't productive. So for instance, if you do not gain much happiness from Instagram and you're not earning money from Instagram, delete Instagram, like delete it. It's not worth it. For me, obviously it's worth it to have Instagram on there, but I don't have games. If you find that games are really, really good for keeping you calm and resetting your mind, download those, but make sure you put yourself a limit on what you're doing. Do you know what's so funny? I just heard my dog. He was just outside my room and he heard me talking and he stopped. And then when I finished my sentence, he like kept on walking. We are on our last question. I don't know what this dance was. I don't know who I think I am. Okay, whatever. Money management. Money management is key, guys. I have some tips I will be sharing with you in another video. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Number one, I would say is just really focus on saving, but with the money that you're saving, sweat it out, right? Invest it, do something with it. Don't just let it sit there, because that is just unutilized assets. So sweat your money, but save your money, if that makes sense. I'm done. I hope you enjoyed that video. It was a bit random, but I actually really enjoyed doing it. I think it was my funnest video to film. If you want to see me do more videos like this, let me know. I will do them. I can answer more dilemmas. If you want me to do more specific ones, whatever, I will have a go. Anything is possible. And I love you guys. And here's a hug from me to you. I always do this. I always connect my hands, guys. Like, I could not connect my hands if I put them around this tripod. You guys would never know, but sis don't play. Sis don't fake it with you guys. If I'm giving you a hug, I'm giving you a real hug. So I love you and have a lovely rest of your day. Mwah.